Howdy, it's Billy Hill here to talk to y'all men about hillbilly health. All you men out there saying, I ain't no scientist, I don't know how to take care of my body. Bull. Y'all boys already got it right here, and I'm going to explain it to you. Let me put it in the simple hillbilly terms. You see, I got me your truck and I got me your body. They work the same, boys. They work the same. Well, the first thing you're going to need is a good frame, right? My old Chevy, a little bit of rust, but not too bad. She's solid under there. So I'm going to got me a frame on my truck. Well, I also got me a frame in my body. Hopefully you're not too rusty or osteoporosis, that kind of stuff. Next thing you want's a good-looking body. Man can say, I don't care how I look. Bull. Every man cares. Otherwise, you wouldn't shampoo that hair, put on your nicest hat, your best boots, that kind of stuff. Everyone cares about how the truck looks, right? We wash it every Sunday. Spit shine them tires. So we got us a good-looking truck. Don't mind my drawing, it's not so good. Just like we got that nice, sleek body on that truck, we want to have the same thing for our own body, right? We don't like them love handles. We like to have that V shape. Now, the next most important thing we're going to talk about is fuel. What you going to put in your truck and what you going to put in your body. You don't want nobody pissing in your gas tank. It don't run so well. Why would you put junk in your body? Only good fuel. So to prove my point, we're going to get a little scientific here. We're going to go a little bit more in depth on fuel, right? So I said, your body is basically an internal combustion engine just like your truck. Difference is there's hydrocarbons and carbohydrates. Sound pretty similar, but less dyslexic, kind of flipping the words around from the elements. Well, we're going to go a little more in depth so you understand. Your car runs on octane, right? Octane is a hydrocarbon. I believe you take 2 C8H18. That's your octane. Now you need some oxygen. We need like 40 molecules. 40O2. You put that together and you put a little spark to it, right? It does produce your carbon dioxide, and I think it also produces a little bit of water, plus lots of energy. Lots of energy. Now, that is a hydrocarbon. Carbohydrates, what's in your body, based down to glucose. C6H12O6, I believe. You're going to need about 6 molecules of oxygen. What you're going to get is 6 carbon dioxide and 6 molecules of water. Plus lots of energy. Now you start to understand your basic fuels are your hydrogens and your carbons. The truck takes them, makes energy. Your body takes them, makes energy. If you put fuel in your truck, but it's diluted with crap, you're not going to have as much energy through that engine, and you're going to probably get some smoke out your tailpipe. Same thing with your body. If you jump in some fuel that's diluted with a bunch of junk, you ain't going to run as well, and you might get a little smoke out your back end. See what I'm saying? And you need good fuel pump. Think of that as your little ticker. That fuel's in there, but it's got to get around to the whole system. Right, Phyllis? Now that you got her all loaded up with fuel, you think that truck's going to run real well if it sits in the barn all winter and you never start her up? No, I don't think so. Do you know why? RPMs. You gotta rev that up. You gotta clean out that system. Same thing with your body. You lay on the sofa all winter, and then you expect springtime comes like, woo, I run great. No, you don't. You been laying on your butt all winter getting fat. However, there is a limit, right, man? There's some of us, we work hard and we rev those RPMs every day and we don't stop. You know what? I need 2 jobs because my wife needs to get her hair and her nails done. Boom. You need to take time to rest. You take that truck out and Sonny and say, I'm going to drive through the Smoky Mountains all day, all night, and all the next day, and I'm not going to turn her off. Well, you be buying yourself a new truck. So you got to find that fine balance between I'm moving and I'm resting. I'm taking in good fuel. I'm going to move some more. Now I got to rest and rebuild. Now we're going to talk about lube. How many of y'all run your truck with no oil? Maybe your kids and your wife do. That's why you got a new truck. Same thing for your body. You need some lubricant. You need some fat. Where you get that fat, that's up to you. These onion rings, there's olive oil. There's stuff in between. But you do need some sort of lubrication in the body for it to move. Plus, it helps with a little bit of the brain function that some of us got challenged. The point here, fellas, is you say you don't know how to take care of your health. Well, you do because you've been taking care of that car for many decades. And you got all that knowledge right here. And you got that, what they call a parallel, right? Well, just sit there and think about it. So it's really not that tough. And when you get to be my age, use that a fork in the gravel road or dirt roads, depending where you live. We might get a paved one next year. That's pretty exciting, ain't it? But you're at that fork in the road where you say, okay, I'm in my 50s now. You still have time to pick a direction. But by the time you get in your 70s, you're not going to be, oh, I think I'm going to get in shape. No, because your neck looks like one of them Jurassic Park things already. No, you want to be walking tall and proud when you're in your 70s, maybe 80s. 90s, that's pushing it for my genetics. So I hope y'all like my videos. I'm going to do an entire series. So if you like it, please subscribe to my channel. There's plenty more.